Hey guys, I'm back with another one. So, the let them theory, right? We've heard of just let them, right? Just let them do what they're going to do. Just let it be what it's going to be, right? It is what it is. The reason why the let them theory is so important, right? It is such a pivotal thing for you to grasp, especially in this time and age, 2026. It is very important that you grasp the concept of the let them theory because essentially you have to realize that we all have free will in this world. Okay, we're speaking in particular of a person. We all have free will in this world. All right, so even the Lord himself cannot make us do something that we don't want to do, right? He can guide us, right? He can push us, right? He can give us signs or warnings, right? But he cannot force us to make a decision that we don't want to make. So when you have to think about that in its totality. If the Lord himself can release control of what you do with your own life, regardless if he wants you to make a certain decision, you have to realize, right? That's a very powerful thing. Free will in this world is very powerful. Like, I love you and I can love you, but I can still allow you to make whatever mistake you're going to make in life, right? You have to get this concept in your own life, especially when you are dealing with someone. Okay, you have to let them be. You have to let it be what it's going to be. Because essentially, the most powerful thing you can do is release the need for control, is release the need for it to be an outcome of what you think it should be. All right. Release the need for, I need to control how this thing is going to come about. I need to control this person. I need to control their reactions to me. I need to control how they see me, right? I need to control every little thing when it comes to me, right? I need to control having them, right? You have to be very careful with not embracing the let them theory, because when you don't and you try to control, that is when you can slowly turn into a blind witch. All right. I'm just going to say what it is. You can, because when witchcraft derives from being needing to control something, right? So when you are essentially saying, hey, I'm going to let it be what it is. I'm going to let this person do whatever they want to do. I'm going to let this person show up however they want to show up. You take a powerful stance in your life, because then you allow people to show you who they are. You allow people to show you what they want to do with themselves. You allow people to show you what they want to do with their own free will. All right. What sense and what good is it to have something that you have to control every single second? Would you want somebody, right? Would you want somebody that you have to force to love you, that you have to force to be there for you, that you have to force to see you in a certain light, right? Would you want that for yourself, right? Because I wouldn't want that. I would want somebody to choose to want me. I would want somebody to choose to want to love me, to choose to want to be in my life, to choose to want to show up for me, right? To speak good things about me, to think good things about me, right? I would want somebody to want that on their own. So essentially, the let them theory is so powerful because you release the need for the control of the outcome. And then it's even better because imagine somebody or something being for you that you didn't have to force. Imagine something just coming in naturally that you did not have to coerce or manipulate, right? Or deceive. That is a very important thing. And I know it's tough and I know it's hard, right? Because sometimes we want somebody to see something from our point of view. We want them to see us from who we know we are, right? We want them to agree with us on something, or we want them to choose us, right? That is a very hard thing to do. But when you release the need for how this thing has to come about or how this person has to be in your life, right? When you release the need for that, you reclaim your own power back. You say, you know what? I can't control nothing or nobody but myself. I cannot control how somebody is going to see me. I used to have this thing where I always wanted to control how a person see me, regardless of who it was. So regardless if it was like friends, family, a person I was dating, I always wanted to control how they viewed me, right? So I was always over explaining myself, overdoing it, just overcompensating because I wanted everybody to see me in the best possible light. But I realized when I was showing up like that, for one, I wasn't being true to myself. And for two, I was essentially trying to manipulate everybody around me. I can show you, if a person don't want to think good about you, it does not matter what you show them. It does not matter what you tell them, right? It's no different than when you got friends, right? And they want to believe the bad about you, right? Your friends or certain people who just don't know you and they want to think the worst of you, right? They just want to. Okay. I'm sure you've had that happen where you don't even know somebody, right? And they just automatically have a negative connotation of you. It's the same thing. Okay. And I used to go on this campaign of trying to like be nice or be everybody's friend or, just be liked by everybody. All right. But you have to realize you are not going to be received the way you should be received by everybody. Everybody's just not going to accept you. Everybody's not going to love you. Everybody's not going to come in and do right by you, regardless of who you are. Okay, so the let them theory, it releases the need for you to control, because when you are trying to control something, essentially you have no control. When you are trying to control a person and how they're showing up for you and what they're doing for you and how they think about you, when you are trying to control that, you actually have no control. You have no control. Okay? Because you cannot control another person. You cannot control another person and their free will and how they choose to show up. So I say this to say, all right, if you are showing up as your best version of yourself, right, you are proud of who you are as a person, you are proud of how you are being, whether that's in being a lover, being a friend, whatever, right? If you are proud of who you are as a person, do not let the opinions, right? Do not let how somebody else is thinking about you, do not let how somebody else is even showing up for you affect anything in your life. Okay? How a person shows up for you does not reflect who you are as a person. It reflects who they are as a person. Okay? So I hope this helped. All right. I feel like I was a little bit all over the place with explaining it. But the most thing that you should take away with the let them theory, right? Let them do whatever they want to do. Let them choose wrong. Let them think wrong. Let them be wrong about you. All right. And that's another thing. The truth will always be revealed. So it doesn't matter what somebody is thinking of you now. God has a funny way of sitting people down and showing people like they're wrong. So if a person wronged you, I don't know why I feel like to say this. If a person wronged you, right, did you wrong, betrayed you, backstabbed you, was slandering your name, whatever the case, God has a funny way of revealing to them how they were wrong about you. So you don't have to do a campaign and trying to be like, oh no, you're wrong. Just let them. Let them, honey. Let them be whoever they want to be. All right. So I hope this helped. When you are letting them show up exactly how they are choosing to show up with their own free will. And you have free will to either choose to care or choose not to care, and choose to let it go or choose to hold tight to it. All right. Because when you let it go and you let people be who they're going to be, they always going to show you who they are. So I'm Wisdom. This is Wisdom Talks. I'll see you in the next talk.